Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for another episode of our Leicester City career mode, episode 2 in season 1. We've already made 2 signs already if you missed the first episodes, and we've already won 1 and lost 1. So that is a lively start to the series, isn't it? Wesley Fofana has picked up an injury that is going to keep him out for 3 months. So Johnny Evans is going to start playing in there ahead of Fofana. That's a big miss because he's absolutely fantastic. We made 2 signings so far. Kakir, the goalkeeper, who will take over from Schmeichel in the future, and also Owen Vindel, who looks a really good left back. We saw one of our top 5 players, Ricardo Pereira. That means that James Justin is now our starting right back. Castagna back up. Justin, 1 less rating, but I do think is a better player. And in today's episode, we're looking for 2 players to bring in: an attacking midfielder and a right winger, and then possibly before the end of the transfer window, another right winger, a backup right winger, maybe even a midfielder, centre. I don't know, but the Lara and the right winger, we're going to start looking at them right now. So this man, the next Kevin De Bruyne, I think he's more of an attacking midfielder than a striker. He's going to be being the backup to James Maddison. He's going to be on our bench. It says around 33 million maximum. We've got to get him less than that. Well, less than 35. Let's make a move for De Lara, but first we need to look at our budget. How much money do we actually have left? We've got 60 million after that sale of Ricardo Pereira. We are doing pretty well now, transfer budget-wise, which means we don't need to worry about making these last few signs to improve the squad. De Lara seems like the one, the attacking midfield. Then we've got to decide between Madueke. Chukwueze was on my list, but Chukwueze has joined Arsenal. Well, that makes it a little bit easier. Chukwueze leaves, so we've got a choice then as a right winger between Madueke and McNeil as the starter, and then either Pedro de la Vega or Ryan Cherki as the backup. Very interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. Let's go for De Lara first as our midfielder. So we go straight in for De Lara with his value, 20 million. They want Iheanacho plus 5 million. Well, that means to me around 25 million is what they're willing to accept. So 25 million for De Lara, 25 million for Charles De Lara, the next Kevin De Bruyne. Wow, Club Brugge, we have just robbed you right there. We have absolutely robbed you. I expected 30 odd million. 25 million for Charles De Lara, converting to a centre attacking midfielder. He is going to be incredible, because if Maddison ever gets sold, which he probably will at some point, De Lara steps right in and says, here we are, I'm the new Kevin De Bruyne. So De Lara accepts a 5-year deal on a rotation squad role, no release clause, we are fine with, and now he wants 43,000 per week, a 400,000 signing bonus. Let's just drop this down to 300 and we'll give you 45,000 per week. I think the Belgian might be happy to accept that. 390,000, 45,000 per week. Welcome to Leicester City. Another incredibly young player that is going to the very top. It's Charles De Lara. Now the second choice right winger is bottom of my list to find. We need to find a first choice right winger. Dwight McNeil or Noddy Madueke. Now Noddy Madueke is rapid, agile, skillful, flair. Dwight McNeil, much slower, much more of a creative winger. More like Harvey Barnes to an extent, you could say. Both left-footed, which I do like. I think Madueke is my first choice, really. I think Noddy Madueke is my first choice. Let's go in for this man from PSV Eindhoven. It's a very Leicester City style sign, isn't it? Is there anyone we can offer in this deal, by the way? I also see Perez, 9 million's worth. What about 10.5 plus Perez? That would make it up to 19.5. They want 16 plus Perez. Now that is a deal I'm interested in. What about 12.5? Gets rid of Ayoze Perez, the player that we want to get move on. We're sticking to 16 here. I mean, that is a pretty good deal for us anyway. 14. 16.2. You're driving a hard bargain here, PSV Eindhoven. What about 15.5? Accepted 15.5 for Noddy Madueke. Plus Ayoze Perez. We'll get rid of Dwight McNeil. Negotiate this. What a signing that is in the right wing. Lookman, Barnes, Madueke. We're laughing, aren't we? Absolutely laughing there in the wing positions. Rotation squad role. We'll accept that, but I feel like he'll play more. A 5-year deal for this young man. That is fine by me. No release clause. Then finally 35,000 per week. A bonus of 310,000. We're willing to accept that. Welcome to Leicester City. Our 4th sign of the transfer window. Noddy Madueke. Wow. What a sign he is. And confirmation here that Napoli's Mendy has moved to Watford. Or Valencia, actually. For 3.2 million. Another 2.4 million added to the budget. And now we look to try and get our first 3 points in the Premier League as we face West Ham United away from home at the London Stadium. A side that again are about our level, looking to try and break into that top 4 against the big 5 or so. I think we'll do better today. I just feel like we do a lot better. So this is the side for the game against West Ham today. Captain Schmeichel and goal. It's James Justin, who's our first choice now after the sale of Ricardo Pereira at right back. We've got Evans, Soyuncu and Vindel in there. Tielemans and Ndidi, as always, with Maddison in front. Barnes on the left, Lookman on the right, and Vardy up top. So the only change is Evans and Justin in forced changes. On the bench, Kelechi Iheanacho, Patson Daka, Diket Lara, Soumare, Castagna, Vestergaard and Kagia. No Madueke today. We're going to give him a bit of time to get up to sharpness. Diket Lara I know isn't there either, but we need that substitution there with a player that has got, you know, attacking ability to score goals, can play as a striker, can play as a winger as well off the left, Diket Lara. So he's a bit of a more versatile midfielder, which I'd like in there. So a very, very rainy London Stadium that welcomes us today. We are looking for those first 3 points of the season. Of course, defeat in the last minute, the 89th minute against Wolves. Adama Traore crossing it across the fullback Johnny. Another side sort of the same level as Wolves today in West Ham. Another side we look to beat. If we're going to be finishing in the top 4 this season and getting Champions League football, we've got to be winning these sorts of games against the teams in and around us, and then looking to beat the smaller teams, and then just do our best to get possibly draws against Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Spurs, and so. This is the West Ham side. In goal is Alphonse Areola, the back four of Soufal, Dawson, Zuma and Cresswell. The midfield two is Thomas Souček and Mark Noble, the captain, and it's Yarmolenko, Fornals and Nikola Vlasic in behind. New signing Alexander Mitrovic. On the bench, Fabianski, Masuaku, Saiben Rama, Bowen, Ogbonna, Lanzini and Issa Diop. Leicester City versus West Ham United. Live from the London Stadium. We need those first 3 points today. Mitrovic, poor defending initially at the start of this game. Yarmolenko, past Vindel again. Been beaten a few times. Yarmolenko pulls one back. Good save by Schmeichel. Vindel on the chest. Well, we don't look solid defensively at the start of this game. Into Vardy. Vardy with a pace. Vardy with a chance. Good save from Areola. Here's Maddison. Tielemans. Lookman into this man. Jamie Vardy, who should score, and he just delays it before pulling the trigger. Just for a moment, that allows Areola to get on top of the ball and smother it. Tielemans again. Zuma. Right to Vlasic. Mitrovic again. Past Evans. Fornals. Back to Mitrovic. Bit of trouble here. Fornals. Soyuncu. Souček. Yarmolenko with a strike. Good save from Kasper Schmeichel. And I think it's going to get pulled back for a free kick anyway. Andrei Yarmolenko has the quality to put it in from here. So does Aaron Cresswell. Cresswell! Whoa, I thought it was in. Just wide from the fullback. Just wide from Aaron Cresswell, but I did think that was in then. Back into Vardy. Tielemans. Great switch out to Barnes. Over to Maddison. That's a good touch as well from him. Soufal is tight too many yellow cards, Soufal. Great pass into Barnes. Good foot in by Craig Dawson, the ex-Watford man, and that is half-time. 0-0 again. Well, we're not the most exciting team to watch at the moment, are we? At all. And I thought we would be when I saw how we attacked into Manchester City, but these teams are playing a much lower block than Manchester City, and that's harder to break down. It really is. Still here. We'll have Tielemans to pick the ball up. Into Vardy. Vardy goes to Adeloma Lookman. Looking to take players on here, Lookman. Lookman. Vardy with a header. What a save by Areola. That's our first chance of the game. Really, it's saved by the Frenchman. Indeed. Tielemans again. Vardy. Cross in. What a cross it is. Lookman's arriving. Cresswell away. Castagna for Barnes. Definitely not the substitution I will be making. Tielemans into that near post. Areola punches. Lots away. Barnes. Yuri Tielemans. No runners in the box. Barnes. Justin. Tielemans. Justin again. Justin. Oh, tried to flick it to Vardy at that front post. Diket Lara. He's making a run forward here, the Belgian. Diket Lara through to Barnes. Brilliant. Into Kelechi Iheanacho. Chance again. Chance wasted. Too many S's in this team. Soufal as well. I'm getting mixed up. But it was a good tackle in the end. Looked like he didn't get the ball at first, but he must have done. Oh, Vlasic. Chance here. Chance. Soyuncu with a block. Schmeichel quickly off his line. Into Diket Lara. Down to Tielemans. Here is Iheanacho into Lookman. Lookman. Iheanacho through to De Ketelaere on his debut, and De Ketelaere off the bench gets a goal. The number 22 on his left peg into that bottom corner. Well, we've gone and done what Wolves did to us. A late goal, this time against West Ham at the London Stadium. It's worked through to De Ketelaere by Lookman and Iheanacho. He just slips it through as Iheanacho. Soumare for Tielemans, bit more defensive. And a first time left foot finish. I mean, he just pokes it round the goalkeeper. Very nonchalant. Look at the way he lets that run and then finishes it on his left boot. That is real nice football from De Ketelaere. He's picked up an absolute superstar here for 25 million. Tielemans is off. On comes Soumare. We're going defensive now. What a substitution he is to come on. Put him on the bench today ahead of Madueke. New signing, because I think Madueke will take a bit of time to get ready to this team. I want to give him, a chance to get back to sharpness, and I don't want him to, unimpress and be in bad form. De Ketelaere, he's hit the ground running straight away. Trying to work the ball forward, but we've got two defensive midfielders, two banks of four. Although, chance here. Chance for Vlasic into Mitrovic, a new signing. Back to Vlasic, and a goal in the late stages again. We've conceded late on. We thought we got that late winner, but Vlasic gets a goal. That is shocking defending. Right at the death again. 91st minute this time, 92nd minute. The West Ham fans are going absolutely wild. Their first game at the London Stadium, and they get a point. Mitrovic works it back into Vlasic in the end. And it's a good finish past Kasper Schmeichel. And defending at the death is our biggest problem. Lookman, can we go on and win it though? With minutes left in this game, can we go on and win it? Iheanacho only takes one chance, doesn't it? I need De Ketelaere getting forward, but he's not really making those runs. Vindel, get forward, Vindel. Indeed. Iheanacho, Barnes, away from Sofal. De Ketelaere again! It's just over the bar from the striker. And the game finishes 1-1. A draw right at the end there. That's a shocking result from us again. Very disappointing the side there. David Moyes' side got lucky, but they had lots of chances. A draw probably is a fair result. Well, some news here. Some big news for this career mode. Benkovic has gone to Watford for 3.3 million, but that's not a big one. Arsenal have come in for James Maddison. Now, we said if a team comes in for a player like that, and it's a realistic transfer, we'll accept it. So Arsenal coming for James Maddison, but I'm going to be looking for upwards of 60 million here. I'm not going to let him go for nothing. I don't want to sell all our players straight away right at the start of this career mode. So I'm going to go in and say 65 million. Is he better than that? He's 24 only. I think 70 million for James Maddison, and you've got yourself a deal, Arsenal. No, they don't want him. Mikel Arteta says 70 million is way too much. That's fine. I said I'd accept a deal, but realistic, and Leicester City would ask for around 70 million for James Maddison, wouldn't they? And Daniel Amati wants a new contract. Now, I was looking to sell Daniel Amati, but for some reason, due to the injury to Fofana, I think it's probably a good idea that we give Amati a new contract. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's desperate for a new one. He wants an increase in wage. I don't think so. 60,000, a 40 million release clause. That'll stop him whining. And we need that body there as a centre-back. So Daniel Amati will be staying at Leicester City, despite me looking to move him on initially. So now we face 20th place Norwich City. They are a poor team. They are a poor team. We've only got 1 goal so far in our first 2 games. This one has to be 3 points today. No excuses. We must go to Carrow Road and get 3 points. Well, we have got a few tired legs, a few players that are a little just content with their performance at the moment, or content with being played. So Schmeichel starts and goal for this one. It's Castagna in for the tie. James Justin, 0 sharpness on him, or 8 sharpness, same for Vestergaard, but what can we do? So Unchu and Vestergaard, Vindel in that back 4, Tielemans and Ndidi, of course, in the 2 there. It's Maddison on the left-hand side today, Harvey Barnes on the right-hand side, and De Ketelaere in behind, Kelechi and Iheanacho starts ahead of Jamie Vardy, Daka on the bench with Vardy, Lookman, Soumare, Thomas, Evans and Kakir. No debut for Madueke, just not quite yet, but it is coming for that man. He'll explode onto the scene at some point. So Carrow Road welcomes Leicester City, relegation candidates versus top 4 candidates, but we haven't started the season like a top 4 side. A loss and a draw, and that is just not quite good enough at this stage of the season so far. We wanted to set off really well, we haven't done, but I suppose Leicester City tend to set off well and then drop off and don't get that top 4. We're looking to do the opposite of that. Maybe if we don't set off well but end strongly, we can get top 4 by the end of this season. And it's something to build on as well. It's something really to build on to try and be a Premier League winner within 3 seasons. So this is the Norwich City side. Tim Krul starts and goal. The back 4 of Varma, Hanley, Mario Gaspar and Ozan Kabak. It's Norman in the holding midfield role with Sorensen, Mole, Lees Malou and Rashika in front. And up front it's Todd Cantwell playing as a striker on the bench. Angus Gunn, Johnny Lewis, Rupp, Sargent, Zimmerman, Placheta and Adam Edat. Leicester City versus Norwich City. Live from Carrow Road in what is a must-win game for us. Charles de Ketelaere starts his first game as a Leicester City player. Came on and scored in the last one. Played himself pretty much straight into the starting 11, didn't he? Ball over top here by Cantwell. Here's Sorensen. Vindel with a foul. Lets him play on. Blocks it the second time. Varma on the overlap. Put in by Ndidi. Ndidi's brilliant at that, but it's the passing side of his game he's lacking. Is Maddison. In behind to Kelechi Iheanacho. He's away from Grant Hanley as Iheanacho. The Nigerian is bursting forward here. And Iheanacho. Oh, across the box. Second time. Third time. Barnes is in acres of space. But he's hit the defender somehow. Kelechi. Got to be better than that. Cantwell. Tielemans intercepts it nearly. Ball in behind by Norwich. A chance across the goalkeeper. They've hit the crossbar and the post. It's punched up by Schmeichel. And the second time. Vindel with a header on it. Well played. Iheanacho. Counter again. We want to play possession football. We don't have the chance. De Ketelaere. Wide to Harvey Barnes. Into Yuri Tielemans. Wolves off a couple of challenges. Tielemans. Iheanacho. Barnes. De Ketelaere. Past the 2 challenges and then De Ketelaere puts one just past the post there. Indeed. Tielemans. De Ketelaere. Brilliant. De Ketelaere into Kelechi Iheanacho. That's a brilliant goal. Iheanacho makes it 1-0 Leicester City. That's great play from De Ketelaere. An assist now for him, who could be not at this club very long. Not very long, De Ketelaere, because he might get ripped off us straight away next season. He's class. Look at this. Then the little no-look pass. Iheanacho, when he gets in that position, you expect Iheanacho to score. And he does score right across the goalkeeper, Tim Krul. It's a good finish, but it's all down to De Ketelaere, that work there. Nodded it down to De Ketelaere. Well done. Barnes in acres of space. Just haven't been able to find him. And Maddison. What a ball. De Ketelaere on the volley. 2-0 Leicester City. This man is class. This man is class. And Maddison's got to convert himself to a winger if he's going to start playing and play off that left-hand side, because this man, De Ketelaere, is going to be starting in behind the striker every week. Picks his head up as James Maddison. Brilliant little flick over the top. And De Ketelaere on the right-footed volley. Left the right foot. Doesn't matter to the Belgian. And the finish into the bottom corner is perfect. He's absolutely perfect. 2-0 Leicester City within 45 minutes. We were looking for a backup winger. I think Maddison is that backup winger who'll play out there. We've got 4 wingers. Maybe we look at a different position if we're going to bring another position, not a backup winger. That is half-time. 2-0 Leicester City. De Ketelaere at the star of the show here. Still a chance here. Lees Malou. Rashika, Castagna. Not a great tackle the first time. A good tackle second time. I wasn't so sure of Castagna. That's poor by Barnes. But he's looking okay so far. Indeed. Iheanacho. Vindel. Great pass. Here's Vindel. Good cross in Barnes. Across to Ketelaere with a finish. It's 3-0 Leicester City. It's a brilliant goal. De Ketelaere gets another one. That is so unselfish by Barnes. I could have shot there with Harvey Barnes and got Vindel the assist, but I knew that wasn't the right thing. I thought Barnes would steam this over. I'm surprised De Ketelaere is not off. They're in line. It's a little tapping on his left boot. Barnes down to De Ketelaere, who's just got that attacking intent. Even as an attacking midfielder, he is naturally a striker, I suppose, but I see him more as an attacking midfielder. He can play off that left-hand side. 3-0 Leicester City lead here. What a performance against Norwich. This is the first time we've seen us really play at the level we can do. And of course we are playing Norwich at favourites to go down, but you know we can't think to, you know, not enough of it. We've got to be impressed and say well done to the players who play in this way. De Ketelaere. Tielemans. Iheanacho. De Ketelaere for the hat-trick. Good save by Tim Krul. First shot of his that's been saved. Barnes for Lookman seems like a good substitution that we will make. Patson Daka. Castagna. Into Adeloma Lookman. And here's Lookman. And look at Daka in the middle. And into Patson Daka, who's put one wide. Well, if he wants to start games, Daka, he's got to score that, hasn't he? How has he put that one wide? Sorensen moved over to this left-hand side as Sorensen, and that is full time. Our first win of the season, our first 3-point, 3 goals scored. Diket Lara was obviously man of the match, was obviously incredible, but also a clean sheet, which is a good start and good to see because we haven't had one of those yet. I'm happy with the performance, and that team might start the next game exactly the same. But it's transfer deadline day. Let's have a look at some of the teams around the league. So Arsenal have signed Declan Rice, Manuel Akanji and Chukwueze. Villa have brought in Pellegrini and Holgate. Brentford have brought in Byram and Bednarak. Brighton, Garcia and Kudu and Smolov. You've got Burnley bringing in Bamford, Elneny, Bow and Lod. Interesting names there. Chelsea signed Tagliafico, Sinstera and Tadic. We've got Crystal Palace bringing in Tenagala and Della Vega, a player we were interested in, so clearly can't sign him now. Everton have signed Bamba, Taliso and Sefa. Leeds, Mafana, Tomai, Tanasi and Joao. Leicester City, us 101 million spent, but 64 million brought in. Vindel, Kakia, Diket Lara and Maduke, of course, so far. More at Marino and Dewsbury Hall in at Liverpool, 107 million. Jovic and Pavard in at Manchester City. Aspas, Nabry and Wagnerman at Manchester United. Marcao and Melero at Newcastle. Mole, Vormer, Fathio and Mario Gathbar at Norwich. And then it is Southampton bringing in Strakosha, Hamza Chowdhury and Vega. Spurs bringing in Kulusevski and Gedes. And Watford bringing in Valery Pereira Lager, Sevovic and Benkovic from us. West Ham Mitrovic and Dahoud. And Wolves Bellotti, Garcia, Araujo and Avila. So interesting signs there. Now we were looking to bring in a right winger, a backup right winger. It wouldn't be Pedro de la Vega, it would be Ryan Cherky, but he's not going to get much game time. And looking at the team, the winging positions isn't quite the problem at the moment. We've got an offer for Soyuncu here from Juventus. We're not selling our bigger players straight away. Thomas to Aston Villa as well doesn't seem like a realistic transfer at the moment in time. We want to keep on to our players now until January or till next summer at least. We're looking at possibly, I think, a midfielder, a central midfielder. If you look at the reserves, there's none. We literally have Sumarian for Tielemans and Ndidi, and that is it. We've got players who can play in the wing. So a central midfielder is going to be my next target. I'm going to have a look at a few players who we could bring in, and they then will possibly make the move for them to come in as a backup on transfer deadline day, our final signing of this season. So a midfielder is the area we're looking to bring in the last, transfer of the market. Now, of course, we've only got these 3 options. We haven't got any scout reports, nothing. These are 3 I've picked out as sort of Leicester City players, and it's been shortened down already. Maya was probably one of my first options really, but he's just joined them. We've got to keep in mind that Tielemans could be moving next season anyway. Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Orel Mangala seems like a good a good man to bring in, someone to bring in. Now Loftus-Cheek's going to want to start games, isn't he? He's going to want to start football games, and he's not going to do, because of Yuri Tielemans, not till afterwards. So maybe Orel Mangala is the man. I just don't know how much to offer him. We'll go in for him anyway. We'll go in for Mangala. I think he's, a body in midfield that we need. Now, is there a swap we could offer in here that might interest them just for making this deal? I'm not sure there is. We've seemed to have got rid of a lot of players we don't want. There's Ryan Bertrand, who's not going to play much football this season. What about Ryan Bertrand plus 10 million for Mangala? They want just 30 million. Well, I thought he'd cost around that. I'm glad we got that out. 10 million seems like a good deal. Oh, they want 13.1 now. They've gone up. They've gone up in frustration. Well, for that, I'm going to go straight back in at 10 million again. They want 13.2 now. This doesn't sound right, does it? 12 million for Mangala. So the 23-year-old joins Leicester City, it seems, just after contract negotiations from Stuttgart. Another Belgian added to this team. We're creating a pretty Belgian-based Leicester City side, but they all seem to be working at the moment. The only thing I've just noticed is one of his traits is injury prone. I hope that's not something that's going to affect him a lot, because sometimes that can be massive here in career mode. So they're really pleased how it's going. Sporadic squad role. Yes, that's fine by me. A 4-year deal. We'll get in a 5-year deal. You're only 23 years of age. No release clause. His wages. Ooh. What overall is he going to be? Should we say 45,000? I think he's going to be around 76 rated. He's happy with that. Welcome on deadline day, Orel Mangala. A Belgian midfielder, another signing here at this club. And we have really, I think, improved this squad massively. And that is going to push us towards winning that title in 3 years' time at least. And Orel Mangala is 76 rated. We'll wear the number 15 shirt. We'll develop him as a box-to-box just engine maybe. Or do we put him as a ball-winning midfielder? We'll put him as a ball-winning midfielder, then as a box-to-box. A real engine in that midfield. What a signing that is, I think, again. An upgrade on Mendy, who was, 29, who we sold to Valencia. He comes in, this man, to replace Mendy. Younger, got development in him. You could see him hit nearly 80 rated by him this season if he develops at a high rate. Well, 664 million spent on transfer deadline day, and that is the end. Now it's all about our season and where we finish this season. So back to the Premier League action, and today we face top of the table, a side we know well enough, a side we've beat already this season. It is Manchester City. They are top of the table. Let's see how many points they're on actually. They signed Luka Jovic and Benjamin Pavard in the transfer window. They are top on 9 points, 3 games played, 3 wins, 7 goals scored, 2 conceded. They are going to be tough today. They're going to be really tough. So this is side for Manchester City. Schmeichel starts in goal. It's Justin, Evans, Sancho and Vindel in the back 4. Tielemans and indeed hold midfield with Maddison on the left again. Barnes on the right. And De Ketelaere in behind Jamie Vardy. Yes, he's back in there despite Iheanacho's goal. Iheanacho, Lookman, Madueke is there. He's in the side today, in the squad. Soumare, Castagna, Vestergaard and Kakir on the bench. No chance for Daka in the squad or new signing Mangala. So Manchester City versus Leicester City. We welcome the current Premier League champions to the King Power Stadium, and the side who are top of the table at the moment and looking to be Premier League champions once again. Players to look out for: Gabriel Jesus, who I think starts up top today. The stats before the game, it told us he'd scored 3 in his last 3 Premier League games. So he is definitely someone we need to keep quiet. Mahrez up against Vindel, who did well last time. Sterling up against James Justin, who didn't play against Raheem Sterling last time. I'm sure he'll cope. I'm sure we can, if we play our best, can get more than just a point here today. So this is the City side here today. Edison starts in goal, back 4 with Walker, Diaz, Laporte and Joao Cancelo. We've got Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri and Bernardo Silva in the midfield 3, and a front 3 of Riyad Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling. A strong bench as well, I'm sure, with Liam Delap, Jack Grealish, Pavard, Jovic, Foden, Stones and Zach Steffen. This is a big, tough test for us today. So let's try and beat top of the Premier League if we can. Leicester versus City. It is live from the King Power Stadium. De Ketelaere back in there, of course, in that attacking midfield role. Can he have a similar game he had against Norwich? De Bruyne into Jesus. Evans. Jesus pulls it back. Chance for Mahrez. Still in with a header. What a save, Kasper Schmeichel. That is an absolutely brilliant save. Really good save from Schmeichel there on Raheem Sterling. Here's De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Oh, great skill from Bernardo. Back into KDB. Jesus. Chance of Riyad Mahrez. What a goal against his former side. We're 1-0 down straight away. First time we've conceded a goal before the 88th minute. But it's a brilliant goal from Riyad Mahrez there. Good football from City. Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne a little back in. And Jesus with the assist, and Mahrez onto that stronger left foot across the goalkeeper Schmeichel. He was coming, I mean, he just made an incredible save, hasn't he, Kasper Schmeichel there. But now we are 1-0 down to Manchester City, and you know, to concede so early on, that is frustrating because they've got the goal, yes, but they look like they're going to score a few against us. They really do. Rodri with a free header, and Rodri makes it 2-0. Well, this is a shocking performance. 2-0 Manchester City within 15 minutes. Rodri with a header from the corner. Both goals coming from corners, by the way. Cross comes in from Bernardo. It's a header from Rodri. It's into the back of the net past Kasper Schmeichel. And he's never keeping that one out. 2-0 in 15 minutes. We are playing the best side in the league, yes, but I just expected a little bit more from us today. De Ketelaere. Good play. Harvey Barnes, counter. Barnes through to this man, Jamie Vardy. Vardy's through here. Vardy with a chance. Vardy makes it 2-1. Well, that's why he started today, because he does have a great record against Manchester City. And a ball through to him by Harvey Barnes, and Vardy scores. Oh, what a celebration from Vardy. 2-1 down, though. We're still 2-1 down. But a good ball. This is looking like an interesting game, isn't it? City feel open. Vardy with a great finish past Ederson. 2-1, 24 minutes. We're back in this game, and a game which looked bleak after 15 that we're going to have no chance. We're right back in there now. Indeed, he looks for a foot in. He's late challenge on De Bruyne there. They play on. De Bruyne again. It's so hard to defend against Jesus. Oh, onto the crossbar by Schmeichel. Thank you, captain goalkeeper. He's been fantastic. Can't let him have a free header again. Laporte with a chance over the bar. Whew, we've defended terribly today. Here's Barnes. Vardy's created a bit of space for De Ketelaere here. And here is Charles De Ketelaere. He's away from Diaz and Laporte. And De Ketelaere with a chance here. And it's a good save from Ederson. Really good save from the Brazilian. That was a great chance for De Ketelaere. Chance again. Evans, good step in. Here's Maddison. Got Walker all over him here. And Maddison plays a shocking pass. And here's Gabriel Jesus. And a good save from Schmeichel. Really good save from Schmeichel, who's probably our best player at the moment here. Vardy once more. Yuri Tillemans with a chance, and it's a good save from Ederson. Thought for a second there, Tillemans is going to put that in the top corner. Cross in here. Evans in there, Diaz away. Justin. Oh, he's done well. Still goes back to Manchester City, however. Around the corner by Mahrez. Bernardo Silva back to Riyad Mahrez. Good save by Schmeichel once more. City should feel there are a few goals up here. The press is relentless as well from Pep Guardiola's side. Sterling with a hit, and Sterling just past the post. We could be 3 or 4-0 down here. 3 or 4-0 down, but we've got a goal ourselves. We've been lethal in front of goal, unlike them. Luckily for us. Maddison. Walker's just so quick to get out to you. De Ketelaere. Oh, Vindel. Brilliant. Maddison. Vardy. Oh, into Tillemans and Vardy. If you make that pass, it's 2-2. That's half-time 2-1. We look lethal on the counter, however. City look just dangerous every single time they have the ball. And that is half-time. Could we possibly get back into this game? I mean, if we got in 2-0 down, maybe even less of a chance. It's a ball in behind to De Ketelaere. And De Ketelaere gets there ahead of Ruben Diaz. And De Ketelaere, at the start of the second half, has levelled it up at 2-2. What a finish from Charles De Ketelaere. That is what? He's played 3 games for the club. And he's got 3 goals and 3 assists. Behind Diaz goes the ball from, I think it was Maddison. And a great finish across goalkeeper Ederson from Charles De Ketelaere. 2-2. This is some game here. This is a good header there to try and get that one away. Jesus into Laporte. Well played. Tillemans around the corner to De Ketelaere. And here he comes again, the exciting youngster. Very exciting. And De Ketelaere plays a ball through to Vardy. He's away from Diaz. And it's Jamie. Vardy with a hit. And Vardy gives Leicester City a 3-2 lead here. An assist for De Ketelaere. Vardy starts against City because of his record against City. And he continues his record against Manchester City. What a ball from De Ketelaere. He's away from Diaz and Laporte. No one's catching him. Great finish from Vardy. 2-0 down in this game within 15 minutes. And we now, in the 53rd minute, are 3-2 up against Manchester City. What a performance this has been. Great fight shown from the team. But there's a long way to go yet. But we're in front and on the counter. We've hit Manchester City 3 times. As Cancelo bombs forward, Madueke is going to burst in behind the number 19. So Noni Madueke comes on. We've been poor on corners today. Both City goals coming from set pieces. Can we deal with it a bit better? Diaz with a header off the crossbar from Diaz. This could be the start of our season right here. Sterling in behind James Justin. We've got to watch Raheem Sterling. We haven't done. Liam Delap's getting across the front post here. Raheem Sterling diving from Evans. Liam Delap with a chance. And a save from Schmeichel. And Vindel away to Maddison. Laporte, Grealish, De Bruyne. The lap into Bernardo Silva. Soumare with a tackle in the box. And he keeps it in. Soumare into Madueke. City counter here. You're not catching Madueke, are you, Grealish? Madueke. Great skill. Great skill from the new signing. De Bruyne slides in on him. Still we come forward. Iheanacho. Madueke again. Madueke into Iheanacho. Vindel. James. Maddison with a chance. Good block from Ruben Diaz. De Bruyne gets a yellow card for the foul to try and slow Madueke down. We get a corner. I don't know what the time is because it's 2 as he's showing the De Bruyne card. So, into Madueke. Madueke with a hit. Good save from Ederson. Good save from Ederson, but Madueke's been lively since he's come on. De Ketelaere, giving away to to Walker. And Kyle Walker can't do anything with it. That is full time. That is 3 points for Leicester City. 3 points against Manchester City. 3-2 when we come out. Grealish couldn't do anything when he came on. Kasper Schmeichel was absolutely incredible. I'd love to see how many saves he made there. Vardy was great as well. 2 goals for him. I'm going to look at the stats of Schmeichel because that is a wonderful performance. So that ends today's episode, our second episode, and we kick off the next episode with a game against Napoli in the Europa League, one which we of course will play against Napoli. A chance for us to get into the Champions League via the Europa League if we can win that competition. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and we'll see you next time.